Now here I am in Dallas. Now Dallas has a lot of things going on. One time I was at the book depository where Kennedy was assassinated. And they've got a number of museums, so it was between this and I guess a Holocaust museum. And, you know, you can only take so much Holocaust. So I'm at the Perot Science and Earth something or other museum. It's highly recommended on Yelp. So, blah blah blah. Oh, we'll see how it is, and if they allow photography inside. It's always good to get your old nerd on. Kind of get back to where it was. Oh, we're gonna do a history.
Virtual infants in the cosmos. Humans have sometimes been limited in vision, but never in imagination. We continue to study the cosmos.
Geocentric, Earth, heliocentric. Start of the space age. Well, is it really the space age when you're really just kind of going into your own planet? I mean, really humans have only been as far as the moon. They haven't been to Mars yet. Oh yeah. Galaxies. Okay. Ball of gas. Yeah, when I was taught all this, it's always good to have a refresher. So, because we make the assumption that you need to be, a star needs to power the energy. I just heard a podcast with Sam Harris where they were actually talking about that might not be true. Like on Io, which is a moon of Saturn, is mostly volcanic, and they can have liquid water that's the heat is supplied by volcanic activity. So yeah, if you're wondering why Pluto is no longer a planet, it's because they found another Pluto-like size objects in the outer solar system. So if Pluto's a planet, there would be like 30 more planets. And beyond, yeah, there's a belt. Basically, what they're saying is that a planet has a strong enough gravitational field in order to clear out its immediate vicinity. So they can. Did not look like that. A few years ago, they actually found in the case in amber what they think is a dinosaur feather. So they're not sure. I don't think they ever defined what dinosaur it belonged to. But if true, dinosaurs might have been covered with feather-like things. Like, you know how the ostrich is a flightless bird. They would have been these flightless birds covered in this kind of stuff. And we would look kind of like a feather to us. Dallas, serious. Herbivores. The last time I saw a lot of this stuff, I was a lot younger. So, nice to get a little perspective on it when you're full grown. Omnivores. A thingy-bobber. Omnivores eats both meat and plant. Herbivores, strictly plant. Carnivores, strictly meat. You know, a lot of paleontology is pure speculation because all you have are the fossils, and all you can do is study current animals and try and relate and try and figure out how they related to each other. Because really, you're only getting snapshots on very specific moments, like when they die, and they have to die in very specific ways so that they can be found. Finding nests isn't that common, and one find can completely change your entire interpretation of how a species acted. Big fish. 80 to 79 million years ago. Once tropical seas. You know, that's the thing. They all lived in like tropical habitats, so there probably was a whole bunch of dinosaurs that didn't live in tropical habitats, or lived in areas where the chance of them being, fossilized are very low. So we probably only know a fraction of the ones that actually existed. There are actually places in Montana where you can go look for fossils if you want. It's just if you find something, you kind of have to turn it in. Unless it's so common that they don't care anymore. That's how the world looked a long time ago. I don't know. There used to be that one great continent, Pangaea or whatever they called it. Which it begs the difference. Everything was just one continent. Was there another continent that just now completely underwater? I mean, who knows really what's on the, sitting on the bottom of the ocean? The Great Extinction. Look at the size of that baby. Woolly mammoth. You know, they actually found a woolly mammoth that had fallen through the ice and gotten completely frozen. They found it nearly completely intact. And they were actually able to even recover contents of its stomach. So they have a general idea what it ate. Oh, so that's Tyrannosaurus. The one in Jurassic Park looks bigger. So. Probably, yeah, so, okay. No problem. It's easy to think that Jurassic Park took some liberties with the size of them. I mean, it's big nonetheless and would be intimidating. Back from the brink. Well, okay. The buffalo were nearly hunted to extinction. Actually, the story of the buffalo, why the bison survived, was the fact that a couple independent people took it upon themselves to save the species because they saw it going extinct. Now they're doing fine. Bison burger's not bad. You know, the dinosaurs such as lived in North Alaska, but how did they cope with the cold global temperatures? Warmer temperatures, hibernation, even have good temperatures. Yes, there were dinosaurs in cold areas, which kind of leads credence to that they were warm-blooded, not cold-blooded. And, yeah. Did they migrate? I'm sure they migrated to some degree. Oh, here's the birds. Western bird. Notice how they look a lot like dinosaurs. Dinosaur actually means terrible lizard. Because when the bones were first found by people who knew a little bit of what they're talking about, they thought the skeletons resembled more of a lizard than they did a bird. Because they were finding the big ones. You can, you can build your own bird and then try and fly it by standing there trying to keep it in the air or whatever. Lights out, Texas. Turn off the lights and then immigration spring. Well, whatever. Got a lot to learn. You can see down there the origins of the universe stuff. Okay. Oh, so I should have gone to 5 first. Do. A new species. Oh, found in 2006 up in Alaska. That's got to be something that's really interesting if you're an anthropologist and you find like a brand new species. Looks like a Triceratops, except a little different. Why did so many dinosaurs disappear? Species were especially common horn. And they probably weren't using violence. Right, they were used to attract mates. I don't know. If they were horns, I guess they would be used for fighting. I don't know. Okay, let them dance. Moose. Moose can get bigger than that. I mean, they kind of cut it off at its shins. So. Land. Oh, rocks. The earth recycles. Yep. Sedimentary. Metamorphic. Igneous. Slate marble. That is cool stuff. Top of the world. Slippery and slide. Living on the edge, where waters mingle. Oh. Where salt water mixes with fresh. Tributaries, river, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, how it just eats away at the land and erodes it away. Very important. Oh, Madagascar, the African coast. Oh yeah, the currents. All the ocean currents are very important to the ecosystem. In New Zealand, at the north end of New Zealand, on the North Island, you can actually see where the currents are meeting, and there's like this rip current that goes right up the middle. Water, water, water.
Alrighty, well, I'll call you back tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Little hurricane. Storm chasers. I've seen a couple tornadoes in my day. Kind of interesting. Also kind of frightening because like if you could see it, there's ooh, where's it going? The problem with the tricky science, one of the big things is the complexity. There's so many variables into weather that it can be hard to nail them all down, because what are the conditions here versus what are the conditions 100 yards away.